Great win today. Obviously, Rodger Brogdon, your driver of the Jack Pro Stock Camaro. He's our guy. Oh, yeah, right there. Right across his chest.
The number's on the back.
They read it on the audio.
Hey, I'm telling you, this is cool because, see, people think we had this made for the races. We didn't. All my repairmen and stuff wear this at home.
Perfect.
I said, so I just grabbed some of these. We'll put these on. Don't call me from Phoenix, so that's too far to go roof. To do a house.
One of the questions I wanted to ask before we open it up is, you know, your last win came in Reading last year, which is obviously a late season race. Talk to me a little bit about the mental difference of being able to get one in the books early on, second race of the season, versus having to kind of claw your way to one late last year.
Well, we started off this year with Elite, so it makes it a lot easier. You know, those guys got a lot of power, but this is definitely, like you just said, the earliest I've ever won any race, even in sportsman days. So, but coming in here, I told my wife, you need to come to Phoenix, because they never come to Phoenix. Okay, never do, because my son can't get back in school on Monday. I said, I think I'm going to win this race. I always done good there. I ran fast here in testing, so see how it worked out. Yeah, but no, it's great to win one early. Even somebody told me I was a points leader. So I've never been a points leader. So
yeah, fun fact to know and share. And this comes from Lewis Bloom. You were the 30th person ever to lead the points in Pro Stock since the class has existed.
Cool. That's a nice
pretty
round
neat
number. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. No, we have a great bunch of guys, great team. Nick Ferry and everybody at the league's making a lot of horsepower, and it's between Rick and Ricky Jones, Mark Ingersoll, and Pete Smallwood. Those guys are working good together, and it's going to be, the guys are going to have to go to work to catch us, I'm telling you, because we still got a lot of things that we hadn't really hit on yet. And we go to Phoenix, I think we're going to be a little bit better. You know, that's what they tell me, so I'm just listening. Sounds good. You know, they wouldn't tell me it's going to be slower.
Sure. No, that's not good.
No, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Rodger, touch to the emotion of it that, just as Brian touched on, for the first time in your career, you're the Pro Stock points leader. You won a race in each of the last 3 years. For you, speak from the heart. What does that mean to you?
Anybody who follows this sport knows how hard it is to win a race, and it's fantastic. You know, it's got to set in a little bit. You know, I'll have trouble sleeping tonight, I can promise you. But no, it's fantastic. And, you know, I went into this year because everybody knows we only decided to do this like 3 weeks before Pomona, and hoping that, you know, I'd go out there and do good at the first few races, because I got a couple guys, you know, trying to find me something like, you know, everybody does out here.
Sure.
But, you know, it don't get much better than that. I go to semis at the first one and I win this one. So if they're going to do something, hey, let's get that checkbook out. You know, because if I told y'all how many shingles y'all had to put on to race NHRA Pro Stock, you'd have a hard time believing it. But it's about 800,000 squares just to cover a $1.5 billion budget.
That's incredible.
Yeah, 400 truckloads.
I'll race Super Street.
400 18-wheeler loads. I mean,
really?
What it really takes to do this. So I really want to do this, don't I?
Yes. There's a fine line between hobby and mental illness.
Oh, you know yeah. Well, I'm leaning in the wrong direction right this minute, probably.
Speaking to the emotion once again, was winning that, I guess it was a second round race against Shane, considering what went on at Pomona, just almost as important?
I wasn't trying to really think about that. You know, there's so many cars out here. If you look down that sheet, there's about 8 cars that could always be in the top 3, and there's about 7 or 8 cars that can win this race. You know, and if you get hung up in that, I'm over all that stuff, honestly. You got to take it one round at a time, because I don't mind telling you. You know, I looked at the first round and I seen what might happen the second. I said, "Oh, you better quit thinking about that," because I don't want there to mess up. But no, I think all that's in the past. I'm just out here trying to win round after round and try to take it round by round, which is hard to do sometimes without looking ahead. You know, if this happens, if that happens. No, I try not to think about that though.
Yeah, we were going to ask you that. Used to, you know, when you were bit down on horsepower, now you're a front runner here. How hard is it not to look at who you might have in the semis?
It's hard. It's just like, you know, Kramer and them, I had him first round. And I've been down there where he's at, in that 14 or 15 spot. And it's a tough position to be, because you put a lot of extra pressure on yourself, and doing that you got to go up there. You know, you got to be 10 or better to have a chance at winning. Man, that's hard to do, because like everybody knows, I've been on both sides of that. And I sure like the side I'm on right this minute. You know, I go up there and be 40 or better and beat 9 out of 10 people down the track. It's just a good feeling. You know, when I used to race comp, every time I left my office, I was one of the guys to beat, because I always had a fast car. And I kind of got that feeling now. You know, I'm ready to go. You know, I wish we was racing next week. I'm ready.
Speaking of comp, your first national event win
Was right here. That's right.
So this has
I
to be
like
a
this
special
track.
place
Yeah,
for you.
I like this place. And we came here, like I said earlier, and we tested a few days before Pomona, and I only made it to the stripe twice, and there was 12 good cars here running for 3 days, and I was the fastest guy who went down the track. I said, well, this is something special coming to this place. Yeah, I love it here.
When you've been in pro stock long enough to know that it's a cyclical or
Cycle.
process of cycles
Yeah.
in this class. How hard is it to think, well, when is this cycle going to end?
Oh, yeah. Everybody who knows anything about pro stock are smart enough to know that it might end next week. It might end 3 races from now. No, you better go out there and win the rounds you're supposed to win right now, because it could switch so easily. Some guys in the machine shop, at Summit, or somebody stumble over something the next couple of weeks, might go down to Gators and they'll be 200s quicker than me. So you got to enjoy it, and you got to really, really try to take advantage of what the team has given you and try to win the rounds you're supposed to win. I was so scared going into the final, to be honest with you, to let one get away, because I knew Eric was in that side, but I've been a good 1.5 to 200s quicker than her all day long, and I went up there and was late just because I'm thinking too much. Same thing I did when I went to Pomona. In semis, I worried about the sun. I'm in there messing with my visor and everything else, and I should have and I was late against Jason. I said, so that's one thing I got to work on, my mental game, in order to keep being successful this year. And I'll get it. I just need to get a little quicker.
Is that what happened? You pulled down the visor and something fell out, and then the trees went
No,
down?
not like your truck. But I went up there, and it goes all the way across your car to try to block the sun, because everybody knows in the afternoon at Pomona the sun's terrible. So I'm doing all that, and I'm thinking about this, and when I pulled up there, I'm thinking, it ain't bad at all. So I bump it in, but my brain was fried by then, and I just was late. But anyway, I got lucky today. A good friend of mine that races competition eliminator, Pete Carberry, said if it's your day, you can win on the stick horse. So I think I kind of proved that today, because things went my way. Good deal. I didn't do the best job as I could driving, but man, when you got a fast hot rod, it really don't seem to matter.
Good.
Proverbial stick horse.
That's it.
That's it. It was great.
Congratulations, Rodger.